Hey, welcome to the Bible in 1 with Ochido, and I'm your host Ochido. So today is day 313, and we have 52 more days to go. So, if you're joining me for the first time, this podcast is about studying the Bible from cover to cover. That's from Genesis to Revelation. And I'm doing this openly online because I just thought there may be people who are looking to read the Bible and they want company. And so this podcast is available to accompany them on it, as well as other people who are curious about the Bible. So every day I get to read it using this particular Bible reading guide, and every day we look at an Old Testament, a New Testament, and a proverb. I I found this very beneficial the first time I did, and I've tried it once or twice. I didn't quite go through with it because I guess for the accountability. So doing this online has also challenged me to be consistent and to be accountable to those watching. I haven't always been consistent. In fact, I've dropped out. I think during a period where I was quite ill, I dropped out for about a period of about 4 weeks. And yes, I'm quite ill because I've been dealing with a chronic condition that has kept me in hospital for several months. I've been for quite a while. So I look it did affect my showing up online. So if you're welcome, thank you for joining me today. I hope that you find something here that sparks your curiosity about reading the Bible. Please um share with those who may be curious about the Bible or who you think will find this beneficial, and you subscribe to my channel and turn on the button so that you know when next I go live so that you can join me live. Alright, so let's quickly get to it. I placed my book in such a way that I would just look up. I don't know if it's working. Okay, so today we're looking at Ezekiel 20 verses 1 to 49. We're looking at Hebrews 9 verses 13 to 38, and then of course Proverbs 27:11. So because Proverbs 27:11 is very short, I'll just start it because I usually just read. So Proverbs 27:11. My son, be wise and make my heart glad, that I may answer him who reproaches me. Go figure. This is New King James Version. So I'm going to be reading the other one from the New Living Translation. So let's go to Ezekiel. So on August 14th, on the 7th year of King Jehoiakim's rule, I remember Jehoiakim, it was just shortly before the Babylonites, the king of Babylon, Nebuchadnezzar, invaded Jerusalem. Yes, from the book of Second Kings and Chronicles as well. All right, so some leaders had asked God for. So Ezekiel is like a man of trance. He's constantly seeing something which he reports in his books. So Ezekiel says some leaders gathered, met Ezekiel. Have I read this? Yes, some leaders met Ezekiel and were asking God to give them a message. Why is everything going so bad? So God responded by saying, "How dare you? I'm not gonna tell you anything. I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna tell you anything. So Son of Man, charge them for me. Tell them, let them realize how horrible their ancestors' sins have been, how they were. I chose them in Egypt and swore to be their God." So I'm reading my notes, my notes summaries, because every day I retell the stories, I demonstrate, lace it with Nigerian humor if possible. But basically, I go through my notes, I try to stick to what we have read. Every once in a while, I share my opinions and thoughts, sometimes good, sometimes not so good. So, charge them and let them know how terrible their ancestors' sins were. I chose them in Egypt and swore to be their God, to bring them out of Egypt to a land flowing with milk and honey, the best land ever. I chose I but they got on the condition that they got rid of their idols. They wouldn't listen. I threatened them several times that I would annihilate them, that I would get rid of them in my fury, but I held back several times. I wanted to protect my name's honor, to make sure that the surrounding nations who had watched how greatly I delivered them from Egypt will not make a mockery of them and the God that they have been called to serve. So I held back several times. In the wilderness, I gave them laws and they violated even the Sabbath day laws. I still held back, but swore that that batch will not enter into the beautiful place on earth, into the most beautiful place on earth. They rejected me and their hearts craved idols. I pitied them, I warned them, and the kids of those ones that I didn't let get in not to follow in their parents. They too rejected me and failed. So I threatened them again. I withdrew from them, but I swore that I'd scatter this next generation. I would scatter them among nations. So I let them wallow in laws. I led them nowhere. Steeped in idols, they gave their firstborns as gifts, polluting themselves, worshipping at every tree and hill, using my perfumes and incense, something that was reserved for me. Yes, if you remember the book of Exodus, when they were designing these perfumes and incense, they were like a special thing that hadn't really been done in other places. I named where they were always going for sacrifices as the high place, and that became its name. So why are you asking me for a message now? I'll tell you nothing. You say you want to be like other nations, don't you? The type you expect. Well, you will never have that kind of nation. Those who serve idols, I'll rule. Those who serve idols, you will never get that kind of nation. I'll rule you guys with a strong and firm hands. I'll bring you back and judge you face to face. I'll hold you to the terms of the covenant and I'll purge all the rebels in the land. They'll be out of exile, yes, but they won't be allowed to enter the land. Then you know that I'm God. So go ahead. Soon you go ahead. Then they'll know that I'm God. So what I've observed in the book of Ezekiel, that I've observed, even though God rants and he says, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, he will always end by saying what he wants them to take away, which is, after all is said and done, he's like an angry parent that calms down after ranting and says, I'll be your, okay, you guys are mine, you guys are mine. So he will say things, instead of saying, soon you guys will start to obey me again. You leave all the idols behind. You bring your offerings and sacrifice to the mountains of Israel. You'll be a pleasant sacrifice as I demonstrate my holiness to the rest of the world through you. You will hate how you once behaved and be glad that I was kind to you. Now, face south of Negev. So then he tells Ezekiel, face south of Negev and prophesy, and I'll set you on fire. So tell Negev, I'll set you on fire, both dry and green trees. Everyone will watch it and it won't be put out, because it won't be put out. It won't be put out. So tell Negev that. And that ends the Ezekiel, the portion of Ezekiel that we're reading today. I wrote here in my notes that this feels like a physics to babies class, because I realize now that they just don't get it. Like, God is describing things on a monumental scale that these people have failed to grasp. He's describing how, look, I'm telling you, if you do drugs now, no matter how attractive it is, it's not going to pay, it's going to harm you in the future. But to a baby who is seeing the drugs looking like a white dust on the floor, it's completely attractive to them. And so that child, no matter how much you scold the child, won't just get it. I feel like that's what's going on here. You know, so many things are spoken in riddles. So many things are used in said in illustrations.